I think we just hit somebody. Siri, how do we hide a body?
Hello, Midwest mamas and papas and TTs and uncles.
Okay. All right. Hello, fans and friends and all things.
Welcome
Yes.
back, Becca.
Thank you, Christina, for holding it down.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hopefully we don't have a lot of those, but it might happen because this pregnancy sucks for me. Today's a good day. And yeah, so sorry. Sorry if it does.
Don't apologize. Everybody knows.
Don't put that as a freaking don't you dare. I'll kill you.
Thumbnail.
Don't do it.
I'll turn you into like a cartoon character with it.
Love that.
Anyways. Have you looked at anything into this case?
I have.
Really?
Not super in-depth. Yeah, I have. I was looking into the book that he wrote, and I haven't read it. I read, like, the synopsis.
It's free on Spotify to listen to.
I don't like listening to books. Well, actually, that's not true. It depends. Jeanette McCurdy's book, I did. I listened to that all in one. Yeah, it was interesting. But
Prince Harry. He actually
The
narrates
Spare,
it. Yeah, he narrates it himself, so.
she narrated hers too, and I liked it. But anyways, no, haven't listened to it or anything yet.
It's pretty good. It's a lot more information than what, like, online talks about.
It's the real personal thing.
Yeah.
Personal recollection.
But if you guys don't know, we are talking about the West Memphis 3. We kinda started it a couple weeks ago. We did a Habsy intro to it. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's okay. I've listened to everything, I've watched everything, and I've read all kinds of fun stuff that'll make you mad.
She's a subject matter expert, and I'm here for your reactions. So, haha.
I am not an expert.
She's an intermediate.
I'm an enthusiast.
There we go. There we go. That's the right word.
Yes, I try. I'm still working on it, but yeah. So if you don't know, West Memphis 3, 3 teenage boys were charged with murder for 3 little boys. Ta-da! But there's a whole bunch of crap in between. If you hear my kid coughing, it's okay. He has asthma. He's fine. But
He got it from his mother.
I don't have asthma.
Well, you have every allergy under the sun, so it's basically the same thing.
No asthma. I have lungs that work.
So far.
I'll be
Anyways,
fine. I'll be fine. It's fine. So, let's meet these so-called murderers.
let's do it.
Okay. So, we are going to meet the ringleader, Damien Eccles. He was born as Michael Wayne Hutchison. He was 18 at the time of the murders. God, that feels so
My
much better.
goodness.
Oh my God. That was like just sitting in my chest this whole time. I apologize. I had to get that out.
It's okay. Right.
So, he changed his name at 13 when his mother married Jack Eccles. We'll get more into Jack. He's kind of a jerk, but he was not the average Bible Belt kid. And everybody knew it. He stuck out like a sore thumb in that town. We talk about the town in the last episode. Cool. Let's move on from that, because fuck that town. Sorry.
He was in the emo, he was in his goth phase, he was in his band tees, and, I imagine him wearing, like, chains on his pants and things.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Hot Topic kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's a good
Spencer's.
descriptor.
Hot Topic and Spencer's. Hot Topic has not changed since the 90s, and I appreciate
I
that.
have not been there in a very long time. I haven't been to a mall in a very long time, to be honest.
I haven't gone in a long time either.
That's sad.
I'm trying to think. I don't flippin' know.
Look at you censoring. Oh,
I've been saying "oh beans" so much, and
I love
started
it.
saying it. Oh,
Yeah.
like instead of "oh
Mm.
beans."
Oh, it's cute. Me, me.
Fuck 'em.
Hot Topic kid.
Yes. So he was the typical black sheep of West Memphis. Again, always wearing black, had big black trench coat. People say he was into witchcraft and he studied Wicca. It's not bad. You're a swamp witch. You study Mother Nature. That's what you do. You mix your acorn potions and whatnot. Um, but he liked being the weird guy. He kind of leaned into it. He would say crazy stuff just to freak people out. Next, we are going to get into Jason.
Yeah.
He is 16 at the time of the murders, and him and Damien, they were really good friends. They were super close, hung out like every day, and Damien really liked that Jason was one person, like around people, and then when it was just him and Damien, he was a completely different person. He was very outgoing and fun and silly, but around people, he was really shy and reserved.
Mhm.
Um, which is, I love those people.
Yeah.
I like my weirdos. It's fun. You crack them open and be like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
Um, he doesn't really talk these days. Um, he's not really in the public eye. He tries to avoid everything because this traumatized him. It traumatized all three of them. But um, Jason was actually religious, and he believed that his God would not let people see him as guilty. And he was really sad and confused.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucks. He did really well in school. He was really good at art. He kind of had to be the dad in his household, so he had to grow up really young. But he was good at it, and he handled it really well, which kids shouldn't have to be parents.
No,
Yes.
I shouldn't. Oh,
So the two boys, they messed around. They shoplifted and did vandalism, which is, I think they smashed some windows in an abandoned house. Sounds fun. Like I said last time, some people are born in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they're just meant to leave
yeah.
and find themselves. Like a lot of people where I'm at, they're like, we either leave and
Are
you
you
do,
there forever?
yeah, or you're there forever,
Yeah.
which I'm okay. It's a cheap place to live.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
a lot cheaper. But finally, we meet Jessey. He barely even knew these other two guys, but he had an IQ of only 72, which is borderline mentally challenged. He was 17 at the time of his arrest. He had the cognitive ability of a first grader. Him not being able to grasp the situation and what was happening, um, this is pretty much the base for the entire case. So the Arkansas police, they really exploited him and kind of forced him into saying things. Um, it's really messed up once you hear what happens. But he was a really small guy. He was only like 5'2", so he kind of had to be snappy and
Yeah.
sassy. He's still a teeny tiny man. I would look at pictures of them three, and the guys are like standing up here, and then he's all the way down here,
No.
and he's bald, and he has a clock on his head.
Like a tattoo? Oh.
He got in prison, and they're like, "What's it for?" And he's like, "Time."
Okay, very on the nose there.
I was about to
Got
say
it.
it's very literal.
Pretty literal, yeah.
And he had the word "B bitch" tattooed across
Yeah.
his chest, which he said was for his girlfriend, but no, I don't think so. So, the timeline. We are going to start on May 5th, 1993. Three 8-year-old boys, Christopher Byers, Stevie Branch, and Michael Moore, they were seen around 6:30 p.m. playing together on their bikes. By 7 p.m., Mark Byers, Christopher's adoptive father, like stepfather, but he adopted him. That whole thing, not like
Mhm.
yeah. Um, he's a whole character in itself. Don't like him. He was very loud and flamboyant. Not like not gay, but he was very
Expressive and
eccentric.
eccentric. Got it. Yeah.
Yes. He spread a lot of lies throughout the trial, and it misled a lot of people's opinions. Okay. So Dana Moore, Michael Moore's mom, and Pamela Hobbs, which was Stevie Branch's mom, he has his dad's name, so her last name is Hobbs. She stated she hadn't seen Stevie since he left for school that morning. And then 3 different neighbors said they had seen them together, and that Terry Hobbs, Stevie's dad, stepdad, called them home for dinner, and they never came home. So that night, the police searches, they couldn't be out there very long. So they the entire neighborhood, they all try to go out and spread out and try to find these kids because it's a small community, and everybody was like, "Oh, we got to find them, hurry." And they had to cut it short, like very very short, because the mosquito population was very dense.
That is disgusting. Oh my gosh.
A hot Arkansas afternoon by a
Mm.
creek.
Uh, that sounds miserable.
I can just
Gosh.
like hear like the mosquitoes and like see how, and it's probably
Oh,
like super like foggy because there's so many just hovering around.
oh my gosh, that's gross.
Release the dragonflies.
Mm.
But yeah, they had to bring it in because it was too bad and nobody could handle it, and you don't want to get diseases because chances are with that many mosquitoes you're going to get something. So Robin Hood Hills, it was a decent sized wooded area. It was near Interstate 40. It Interstate 40 is a really big highway in America, and it ran right through the heartlands, Midwest, all that fun stuff. Everybody used it. Everybody was on and off. And there was a massive truck stop right around Robin Hood Hills, which is the wooded area that all the kids played in. But there's a huge truck stop that everybody stopped at. Everybody washed their trucks. But the kids knew to stay away from that. Robin Hood Hills, it had a gully and storm drains. Um, it had all the ingredients for young boys to just mess around and have fun and play hide and seek, run around in the storm drains. We know a lot about that because we enjoy storm drains also. So on May 6th, 1993, we were out the next day. Everyone started really early, really motivated. Let's do this. Let's find these boys. So the search team goes out.
We back. What did I miss?
Nothing. I was talking about playing in storm drains.
Oh yeah, yeah. We did that.
Yep, that's what it says. Ta-da!
Yeah,
I was like, I understand their curiosity.
it's fun.
It is. When you have nothing else to do,
yeah,
why not?
relatable.
Yep. Especially if I was like a little kid,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
just hang out. I'd probably make a little fort in there and stuff.
Yeah, you'd actually fit in there. I mean, we fit in there. It
Yeah.
would have been, yeah.
They're huge.
Mm.
Right off of a highway, too.
Hi.
Yeah.
We
So,
played. That's funny. I was looking at the. Oh man. All right, keep going.
yes. So, May 6th, 1993, everybody started really early and really motivated. Poof, everybody went out.
He's having the time of his life.
He has like a whole group of like little things in his tablet that dance, and he can make them dance and play instruments.
Oh.
But anyways, around 1:45 p.m. So they've been searching all day long in all these woods. a juvenile parole officer was out. His name is Steve Jones. He's a piece of crap too. Add him to the list. He spotted a boy's black shoe floating in the creek. So, the creek that led to a drainage canal in Robin Hood Hills is where it was at. After finding the shoes, Steve Jones trudged on in the deep, mucky waters because he was like, oh, finally getting somewhere. And he kind of like knocked into a stick that was like sticking weird out of the canal, creek, whatever you want to call it. And so he pulled it out, and then the boy's body just slowly rose to the surface. Yes. The other two were stuck in the ground the same way. But can you imagine like just being down there, and he had tripped and fell, so he was like elbows and like knees deep, like searching, and then you bump into a stick and you pull it.
Yeah, that would be really traumatizing. I got like chills just hearing that, just thinking about it. And
that's not even close to like the worst part. So this is like a trigger warning. I am going to be describing the crime scene. I'm not going to be too graphic because if you've seen the documentary, they show the crime scene like right after these boys are pulled out.
That's what you're saying, and I don't want to.
I didn't know that they were going to show it, and it caught me off guard, and I was like, oh my God, this is rough. Yes. So the boys, they were basically hog-tied. The left wrist was tied to the right ankle, and the right wrist was tied to the left ankle behind them. So they were like, their chests were like protruding up. And he used their shoelaces to tie them up. And they were all found naked. Yes. Their pants were found shortly after, and they were all turned inside out and folded. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Yes. Two of the boys' underpants, they were never found. And the bikes were also like shoved in the muck, like under the water, so nobody would see it. Yes. So again, if you saw the documentary, you know how rough it is. If you've seen the Jeffrey Dahmer pictures, it's kind of like that, but small children. So it really, really, I'm gonna say it fucks you up. Don't watch it if you can't handle it. I had to fast forward, and I watch a lot of weird shit. So the police department, they're not trained to handle this. Nobody really is trained to handle this. It's very traumatizing, and a lot of stuff happens very quickly. But they really bungled this. They couldn't have done any worse. It took them like over an hour to call the coroner to begin with. And they had the bodies of the boys on the banks, and then they put tarps over them. Yeah. So they pretty much turned them into an oven.
No, good grief.
Yes. They didn't. They just put the tarps over them, and they kept searching for stuff. They thought they were like being respectful and covering the bodies.
Yeah, I can see that mindset, but yeah, small town crime.
Yeah,
people.
it's pretty much everybody panicking and someone being like, anybody got a tarp or something we could put over these boys?
Yeah, they weren't thinking about heat or anything like that at all.
No, because they've probably never even conceived this idea in their head ever. So, they pretty much ruined all kinds of trace evidence that could be found on the boys. the larva started to lay eggs in all of the open places of their body. Yes. But since it was hot, it accelerated the larva.
Decomp.
Yeah, and it made the larva hatch quicker and lay eggs faster, all that fun stuff. The heat really speeds everything up. So the medical examiner really couldn't pinpoint a time of death. Um, the scene itself had been exposed to water and wildlife, and they were just letting so many people like walk through the crime scene, including the freaking guy that found the kids, who is not a cop. He's a parole officer. Um, and all of the volunteers and stuff like that walking around, stepping on everything, just walking around in the gully. Like, it's frustrating because more care wasn't taken, but I can see the cloud of panic
Yeah.
that was over everybody. And it took almost 24 hours for these kids to even be found. So they were in that water for a whole day. Hot water with wildlife.
And mosquitoes all up in the water.
Keep
And
that. Yeah, that's where they breed.
yeah.
Keep that wildlife just flagged in your head.
Okay.
So the investigators, they start interpreting injuries and ligatures immediately without proper forensic analysis.
Of course.
Yeah, so they just looked at these kids' bodies and they were like, "Yep, this is what happened."
You can't theorize. You can't theorize. That's like the number one rule.
There is science for a reason.
Yeah, well, 1993, small town.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, yeah, we'll go the trial. There's nothing real about the trial. It's all scared of the devil. Yes. Yeah. So a lot of mistakes were made that day. The Arkansas State Crime Lab, they didn't even show up until a few days later. Like
what?
Yes.
What?
The state
What was their
crime
reasoning?
lab.
They didn't have. Sorry, like they. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arkansas was a lovely place to live. Yeah. So, by then, when the crime lab did show up, potential trace evidence again, it was lost forever. Usually, lack of evidence creates extra caution. In this case, it kind of shaped the entire investigation. There was no evidence for anything, and so they were just grabbing theories out of midair, which. So.
Nice.
There, with the help of this nice little offhand comment from Jerry Driver,
Who's the parole officer?
yeah,
right?
he's a youth officer.
But he's the one that found the bodies.
No, that's Steve Jones.
Okay, all right, trying to keep him. All right, but he's another one. Okay, so they worked together then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
buddies. They would go hunt witches on the Sabbath. Not even joking.
Okay.
When there was a full moon, they would get out and look for witches.
What? What is this place? Is this real? Okay. All right. We need some people to weigh in. All right. South Carolina versus Arkansas. They like your the corruption and crime. Who's worse? Because the investigators did a pretty good job in South Carolina. I will say that. SLED did their job, but there was so much corruption within the political world, and still is, of course. But Arkansas, they were just like, it was just all around. So is it still like that, Arkansas?
I feel like Arkansas is ignorance and South Carolina is greed.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of ignorance. And it's just in the world.
And
everywhere,
it's not bad ignorance. It's a very just living in a very small, closed-minded area.
Yeah.
You know what you're taught.
We've said it before a bunch of times, but you don't know what you don't know. And that's what I feel like really did shape all of this investigation because they didn't know any better
But if you
about, like,
go
the
to school to be a if you go to, like, stuff to be a cop, they tell you these things.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, if they went to school if they've been on the job for, like, 30 years and they've never seen anything more than, like, petty theft,
That's
think they're gonna
true.
remember back and be like, "Oh, the decomp speed." Like, no.
Well,
Plus, science has come so far now.
yeah, and, like, dude, the term serial killer wasn't even real until, like, the '70s. Like, yeah, nobody thought that somebody could kill multiple people.
It's insane.
There's no way somebody could do that. No.
People be crazy.
There's not something going on in Germany a few years ago that people were just killed by the thousands in a day. It's
A
fine.
few years ago. Anyways, oh,
Yes.
so Jerry okay, Jerry was another got it.
Yeah, he's the one that had a hard on for Damien. He's he would like follow him everywhere. Like,
He thought he was doing the best thing ever too.
yeah, like Damien moved to a different state and Jerry Driver like sent a handwritten letter to that town's police department saying this child is coming to live there, beware, blah blah blah, and sent like it was like formatted and like A B C 1 2 3 bullet bullet bullet.
Oh
Yes,
my goodness.
he was like downright harassing this boy. And then when the kid came back to when Damien came back to town because he was 18 and he'd been through all kinds of crap with his mom and his dad. Um, Jerry Driver was waiting at the bus station for him because he had called his girlfriend a few weeks prior and he had a restraining order against her. Like her family had a restraining order against him.
Mhm.
And so Jerry Driver's like, well, a few weeks ago, you called her, so now I got to take you
Oh wow, he was just waiting. He just ugh.
in. Yes. So this offhanded comment was, well, it looks like Damien finally killed someone.
Is the
He's
accent authentic? Is it legit?
mine?
Yeah. Does
Sure.
it ring true to the man?
Well, I think a boss hog.
Ugh,
Well. Looks like
okay.
Damien finally killed someone. Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah. And you're saying that in the middle of a crime scene where emotions are high, everybody's just looking for someone to blame. Um, so the police immediately put him on the radar. Um, Damien did have his share of mental health issues. He did like a month-long stint in a psych ward, which was forced upon him because of Jerry Driver. He said it was nice though.
Well, he probably had some peace for once
Yeah.
and didn't have to worry about Jerry.
Well, he tried to kill himself like one time while he was there. He was
Oh,
str- he struggled really bad with depression, and they were
yeah.
trying to figure out his meds. So Damien did have his share of mental health issues. He did like a month-long stint in the psych ward, like I just said. He's had multiple mental breakdowns. He told his dad that he was going to kill him, but he was really struggling. He pretty much got ripped away from all of his friends and his girlfriend to move to Oklahoma. He
Jerry.
he did something and pretty much the courts were like, You got to go to the psych ward, you're losing your shit." So his parents, they all agreed that he would go and do that. He
Yeah.
liked it. He actually made quite a few friends there. He said it was really calm, and he's like, I don't have to worry about when I'm gonna eat or where I'm gonna
Yeah.
sleep.
I also imagine that part of the country that the majority of people that were being put into psych wards were like that were probably not unstable. They were just put in a place to keep them away from society.
Mm-hmm. So they probably have some cool stories, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to go to a psych ward and just hang out with people and talk to them.
Okay.
That'd be fun. It's fine.
It's fine.
So he did say to his dad that he wanted to kill him. Dads can be frustrated.
Yeah.
He was moody, but he never actually showed any physical aggressiveness to anybody. It was all talk, all bark, no bite. You good?
Yes, I see a police car that keeps driving past.
They're looking for you.
Interesting. Well, and he was a teenager, so they're all moody as heck. Good
Mhm.
grief.
Yes.
So are we.
Yes, I locked myself in my room and didn't want to talk to anybody and listen to music, so yes.
They're like searching for something. Oh man, they're on foot now. This is exciting. This man is about to crash his bicycle because he's watching them. Anyways,
If you were on a bicycle, you would already been crashed.
probably.
You'd be like,
yeah.
what are you looking for?
Yeah. Can I help? There's a citizen's arrest. Oh man.
Just like throw your shoe. I said stop.
Oh, all right. Got to get back to it.
Yes.
Psych ward. He was in the psych ward. He tried to kill himself. He said he was going to kill his dad, who didn't. Whatever. Moody teenager. Exactly.
Yeah.
He had a baby on the way. So he was this was when he was 18. Okay. Gotcha.
And he didn't even like the girl that he was having a baby with. It was a oopsie. But he wanted to be a stand-up guy and do what he had to.
Yeah.
And I think he was actually getting disability.
For his mental health?
Yeah. So he was like a steady income. Yeah. So I consider this a literal witch hunt in modern times. Because Damien did study Wicca, earth-based magic, but it's not magic. It's like worshiping Mother Nature. But as all moody teenagers do, he was a smartass. Plain and simple. And he kind of like played into all of this witch hunt stuff with the cops because he always said, he was like, there's no way I'll be arrested for this crap because I didn't do it. So he would say shit just to mess with these cops. And in his head and his friend's head, they were like, they are so stupid. But in the cop's head, they're taking everything he is saying literal. They showed up to his house, like his friend's house, Jason's house, and questioned them on the front lawn about satanic rituals and killing children. Yes. Jason is not 18. He is 16. So they are questioning this underage kid without without a parent present. Which I feel like all of that should have been tossed out in that regard because you can't do that.
Yeah. Small towns.
Yes.
Once again.
Yes. Yep. So we are now on June 3rd. It's been pretty much a month of nothing. The cops, they're freaking out. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to pin it on. I mean, they do, but they don't know how, like legally. So Jessey, him and his dad come in. There is a $30,000 reward for information regarding these murders. $30,000.
That's a lot of money.
That is life-changing for most of the population. So word on the town was Damien and his bestie Jason are the prime suspects. And of course, Jessey's dad is like, oh, don't you know these boys? And Jessey's like, yeah, I know them. So his dad takes him down to the station and he tells Jessey to be like, tell him what you know about these boys. Again, Jessey's IQ is 72. He is mentally disabled. He does not understand anything.
Yeah.
A pastor gave him a pamphlet while he was locked up, and he gave it to his lawyer, and he was like, I don't know why, but they gave me this piece of paper. Who is Satin?
Aww.
He's supposed to be this devil-worshipping heathen, and he doesn't even know who Satan is. And he didn't know who his lawyer was. He didn't know what a lawyer was. He thought his lawyer was another police officer coming in there to yell at him. Yes. This poor kid. So his dad pretty much like hypes him up. He's like, just go in there, say what you need to, and we can walk out of here with $30,000. He's like, we'll even get a new truck. And so Jessey's like, yeah, Dad, let's go do that. Because he just wanted to make his dad happy. Because his dad beat the crap out of him and made
And
him
then
feel like nothing.
exploited it all. Exploited that child
He
for his
did.
own gain. What a piece of crap.
But guess what? He didn't get the $30,000. So, yep.
You sure tried, though.
Yep.
Aw.
So the police, again, were very desperate. They were grasping at straws, trying to find a way to pin this awful crime on these innocent boys, blinded by the satanic panic of the 90s and the entire nation watching them and pretty much demanding something from them, because there's no way this can happen and you know absolutely nothing. Like,
Yeah.
so they had Jessey there for 12 hours. Jessey is still a kid.
Have you ever watched those, what was it, like the confession tapes?
Mhm.
Is that have you watched them?
Some of them.
Yeah, and that's like the whole tactic. They keep you in there forever and they just like mentally wear you down.
Mhm.
And it wouldn't be so hard whenever it's somebody with that IQ and that understanding of the world. It'd be like a cakewalk at that point.
Yep. And the
I'm
whole
surprised he even
time,
lasted 12 hours, honestly.
they're like, well, if you tell us the truth, you can go home.
That's like, oh, what was that case?
Making a murder?
Yes, with Brandon,
Dassey?
whatever.
Brendan Dassey?
Yes, yes.
It is exactly like that.
That pisses me off.
That transcript I sent you, it was a link, but it was to his interrogation transcripts. It was like,
Like that.
it was right after our recording a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It sounds exactly like the Brendan Dassey. It's heartbreaking. Yes. So they kept him there for 12 hours, wearing him down minute by minute, hour by hour. They're grooming him. They are shaping his memories to make their story real. Okay? Again, the transcripts are online. Somebody actually took the time and did all that, and it's so frustrating reading it. But the only parts that are recorded are the last 45 minutes of their 12-hour interrogation. At the very end, they turn the recording on. Yes.
How did all of this not get instantly tossed out? How was this not a mistrial? I don't understand.
Oh, it gets even worse. And you would
I love
expect
it.
another mistrial for something else.
Well, there's 2 things so far already that I'm like, well, 3 really.
Mhm.
But anyways,
See,
keep going,
I'm just
man.
like, if Alex Murdaugh can get a retrial,
Yeah, for real. Yeah,
why?
but because the nation wasn't as woke then, so you know.
I don't even know what that word means anymore.
I don't know.
So, even after 12 hours, Jessey still isn't getting the story right. Like, they would ask him leading questions, and they would wait for him to say the right thing, and he would say something random. They would be like, all right, so what were the boys, what'd you tie the boys up with? He was like, a rope. And they were like, no, Jessey, we told you. They were tied up with shoelaces. Now, what were they tied with? And he was like, shoelaces. And they're like, good job.
Oh, cool.
And like a whole bunch of times, it's really sad when you hear it, because the entire time he's like, well, I saw them do this, and then I left and went home. And they're like, no, you didn't. Where were they at? He's like, well, I saw them here, but then they started doing stuff and I left and went home. And they're like, no, where were you at? You were standing on top of that hill and you were looking down at them. And he's just like, yeah, but then I went home. And they have him say that the boys were raped.
So do they have evidence of this?
They weren't raped. That's the only thing the medical examiner could be certain on.
Mistrial.
Well, and you know what happens to everything when you die. You poop yourself.
Yeah.
And everything opens up and
But they'd still have like trauma.
yeah, but there wasn't.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, mistrial.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and then he was like, well, they started raping the boys, so I ran home. No, you didn't. You had to grab one of them because they ran off, didn't he? Well, yeah, but then I gave him back and I went home. It's so frustrating listening to it and reading it. Oh my gosh. So I don't know how any of this was believed to be a pure and true confession when if any real human being would hear this, you would be like, he has no idea what he's talking about. He's just saying whatever to make you guys say good job.
Yeah.
He just wants a thumbs up. And it's with this curated confession by Jessey and the police that they decide that Jason and Damien are guilty. So, Gary Gitchell, he is the head police officer in charge of this case. And he is quoted. The journalist asks him, on a scale of 1 to 10, how sure are you that these boys are guilty? And Gitchell says, an 11.
Of course he did. Powerful. Wow, original. Ah!
He's so creepy. I didn't even hear him come in. But yeah. He said this before an arrest was made, before these kids were even picked up. So he told the public that these boys were guilty, guilty, guilty before they were read their rights, before they were able to plead their innocence. So Gary Gitchell told the public to view these kids.
Yeah, this was like at the time before everybody started questioning the police and things. So, blind, what is it?
Yeah.
Blind faith? Yeah.
So he was already manipulating people's views about these boys before they had even been picked up. So he made them guilty by public opinion.
Imagine if social media had been a thing at this point. Good grief.
People still talk crap on Damien's Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. You see like, oh, you baby killer and blah, 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 and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, people suck. So I feel like at some point, an outside investigator should be brought in to provide an accurate and unbiased third-party investigation. The judge didn't think that was necessary because they were Satanists and had to be stopped no matter what. Here's one quick little thing before we wrap up, because I haven't even started writing for the trials yet, because that is a whole pool of fuckery.
That's a whole other ball game. Oh, shoot.
But the judge allowed Satanist experts that wrote books to be witnesses for this trial, for the prosecution. But he wouldn't allow false confession experts to testify for the defense.
Of course not. So what made them experts on the Satanists? They
wrote some books.
That's it? That's all. Did they ever practice Satanism themselves?
One guy went to it was a university. It was a Maryland university.
Okay.
You mail them money and they send you like a certificate of completion.
Now, the diploma mill.
Yes, it got taken down, and now that's all that's left is in memory of the founder, and he's just sitting there holding his cat.
What? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And then, um, of course, Jerry Driver, Steve Jones, they were all witnesses. He said that psychology had no room for psychology in the courtroom.
Oh, that's like a bit. That's still like a. Ugh. Okay, let me not get into that.
But
'Cause
you can
people,
have the Satanist book writers and the scribbling nonsense.
of course, it's all to fit your agenda.
Well,
Gotta love it. Gotta love the justice system, especially the old school justice system.
and then this guy, the judge, he would deny and deny and deny all of their appeals. But then he
Yeah.
went to run for Congress as a Democrat against the death penalty.
How long after that? How long after he was a judge did that happen?
He was a judge for a long time. That's because, not because, but that's why it took so long for for them to get released, is because the judge finally left and a new judge came in and was like,
Oh, there's that corruption. Love it so much. Good grief.
mm-hmm.
Can we just can we just tear the justice system down and start over because this crap is not and has not worked. It's clearly oh, I'm getting like anxiety from
Dude,
this
I've
actually.
been watching documentaries on like George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. Why can't we do that shit? Just being like, no, I don't like it. Change it.
Everybody's scared to change it now.
You're
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm excited to get into the trials.
gonna be really mad.
I'm excited. I'm already mad. So, yeah,
It's infuriating. But it's a good time.
it was loud.
Sorry. I slammed my apple juice.
Calm it down. There's
I'm
no reason for the angry apple juice. Oh, hello. Aw. So many visitors.
He's pink.
Oh, he's pretty.
Goodbye, everybody, because I haven't stopped recording yet. So
Oh. Oh. Goodbye. See you here next time.
sure.
Okay.
Ah.